Hi guys, the video we're gonna make today, it's a pretty simple one, and if done correctly it can save you a ton of money. Now the computer I'm gonna work today, it's a 15-inch MacBook Pro A1707 2018 one, the touch bar version. Okay, and the problem with this computer is that the customer spilled some sticky stuff on her keyboard, and now some of her keys, mainly the keys on the left hand side of the computer, are very sticky. Not that this computer have a great keyboard, the keys, they don't bounce as previous versions, like prior 2016 ones. Some people prefer it. I personally hate this kind of keyboard, but anyways, this is not about my preference. So she went to the Apple store and they quoted her $1,700 for a complete keyboard replacement. Now that's just absurd, and the prices Apple practices are just out of control. What actually makes me wonder how come people are putting up with it, and how come people are paying that prices to the Apple store. Well, they can ask as much as they want to, after all, it's their business. I'm not gonna comment on that, but anyways, now as I mentioned before, all the keys are still working, because if one or multiple keys will stop working, then yes, you will need a keyboard replacement, and that can be pretty expensive. Sorry for the interruption. So yeah, where was I? I was saying that if it's a key or more which are failed, and they fail to type, or they when you press, let's say, letter A, letters S, D, whatever one of them, and it's gonna type in double letters, or it's gonna type in some sort of weird symbols, then it means your keyboard needs to be replaced. Now a keyboard replacement in these guys, it is expensive, but not nearly as expensive as $1,700 quoted by Apple Store. Replacement for this particular one would be around probably $525 or something like that, parts and labor. So, you know, I mean, yes, it is expensive, but not that expensive. However, let me show you the problem with this guy, and probably you can also see it for yourself. Now, this is how a key is supposed to be. And if you can hear it, perfectly fine. So it has a slight feedback to it, so when you press, it's jumping up. Now the keys which are stuck, see, they just getting stuck on the bottom. Okay, so the problem is pretty much with this side of the keyboard, and what we're going to try to do, it's actually open up the individual keys and give them a good clean. Now, before you start attempting to remove that, I'll show you what tools I am using, and make sure you have them before attempting to do so, and have patience when you do that, because it you know, you can mess up a key if you do it improperly. Now what I'm using, it's one of these guys. Okay, you see it's got a flat, like L shape, flat head, which will allow me to reach under the key. You can also use tweezers, it will work as well. Okay, or pretty much anything which is thin enough to reach in the space between the key and the frame, and will allow you to safely lift it up. Now, how the key it's caught up here. Oh, I also want to talk about the solvent I'm using to clean something like that. This is my alcohol of choice, is denaturated alcohol. Yeah, forget about the fuel. It can be used as fuel because it burns blue. It has absolutely no impurities. This one evaporates the fastest. Forget about the isopropyl alcohol, which you can find in the pharmacies. That's good for you know, mending a wound, but not for computer purposes. I mean, you can use that if you don't have this. This you can find it at Home Depot. It's around $8 for a quart. So, without further ado, let's open up the keys and see what we can do. So we're gonna start with the X. Now we're gonna start from the top. Okay, you'll have to, let me try to zoom this guy in a little bit. Okay. So the X key, I was saying. So we're gonna put the flat head right in between the frame and the key on the side and slowly lift. Okay, we're gonna add the tweezer and we're going to lift on this side as well. So it's something like that. Now you should hear a click. The top one, it's detached, as you can see. Now we're gonna push the key upwards from down here, and boom, the key is out. And I'm gonna show you how the mechanism works in these guys. On the top side, you have these two little plastic clips which look something like that, and you have a piece down there which goes like this, and it clips it around, so it goes like that. When you pop it up, it's gonna make the clicking sound. On the bottom side, you have some clips which are in a shape, there's something like this, and they hook on the bottom. So always start from the top, release the two clips, and then slide the key upwards. When you put it back, you will put it starting from below at pretty much like a 25-degree angle. The bottom clips are gonna catch, basically the one which are like that, and then you just press it until you hear the click, and that's that. Now let's see. So all we have to do here is we can take a little bit. You can use. Let me find my Q-tips. You can either use a small a toothbrush. You can use one of these guys, a Q-tip. You can use one of these little brushes. So it's a cloth might work as well. You dab it into alcohol. Okay, not too much, so you don't want the alcohol to actually, when you put this, you don't want it to drip, okay, inside, because it might reach inside. And first you clean the key, okay, on the back, just like so. Okay, make sure you get all over. Do the sides as well. Very important, do the sides, because many times the liquid gets stuck on the sides of the actual key. So we're gonna clean the sides as well. And now we're gonna repeat this on the inside. So you're gonna do the sides first. Okay, I can clearly see the deposit right there, and I need, let's see, it's right there. That gunk, I don't know what it was, something very, very sugary. But I need this. I don't know if you can actually see the gunk right there. So depending what you spilled, it might take a couple passes with the brush or with this in order to properly remove it. Okay, don't put too much pressure on the little white mechanism right there, because you might break it. Now we make sure that the sides are clean. Okay, the top key is fine. We're gonna test the bottom mechanism to make sure that actually it's bouncing, and it does. I don't know if you can see, but it has a little play in it, so that's good because it means we don't have to remove it. And now we're just gonna reattach the key. Remember, bottom part first, 25-30 degree angle, something like this. Let me see if you can see it better. Okay, we're gonna slide it down and just press the top until you hear the click. Now you see, beautiful. You cannot even say that there was something there. The key works absolutely fine. Repeat as necessary. What I want to mention, the space bar, it's a little bit different to remove it, but all the other keys they have a similar mechanism. Take all the time you need, don't rush through it, don't put too much pressure on the key itself because you might actually break it. If you break it, you can find the individual keys for sale on eBay, probably they're around $3-4. You can purchase one from there, and that's that. Like that you'll save yourself hundreds if not thousands of dollars. And what I would highly recommend you, if you ever spill something on your Mac, buy one of these guys. It's a silicone cover for your Mac. It just goes straight on top of the keyboard, and if something is spilled, you just lift it up, wash it, throw it. If you want, buy another one, but it will keep the liquid away from your keyboard, saving you a lot of trouble. I hope this video helped. If it did, please leave a comment, like the video, or subscribe to my channel. More videos to come, and as always, hope I was able to help. See you soon. Bye.